What's up, everybody? Rob Pizzo back with another episode of the Canadian Olympic men's hockey team Power Rankings. Now, before we get to the good stuff, I should mention that since we last spoke, Canada unveiled the jerseys they're going to be wearing in Beijing. And I'm going to be honest, I kind of like them. I know a lot of people lose their minds when Canada wears black, but I think it looks pretty tough, and I'm also a fan of the maple leaf. Okay, fashion show is done. Let's get to the good stuff. Now, if you missed our last episode, I spoke to Team Canada General Manager Doug Armstrong, and I asked him about ready-made chemistry, in particular in regards to Zach Hyman. Would it be a good idea to send him to play along with Connor McDavid? And I was a bit surprised to hear his answer.
Well, I gotta say, Zach's name was brought up before he moved to Edmonton. He was a very good player in Toronto too, and so he's there on his own right, not just because of Connor McDavid.
But what I was also surprised to see is so many people overlooking Hyman and not putting him on their team. I get it. Some people look at him and think, well, he's either going to play with McDavid or not be on this team. In other words, first line or bust, which is a really weird situation for a player to be in. But I'm going to keep him on my forward roster. He's a guy who can do the dirty work, add offensive talent, and in my opinion, can be inserted onto any line that may be struggling for a boost. Okay, but I am making one change. Matthew Barzel, and let's face it, the entire Islander team, have been brutal this season. I tried so hard to be patient, but enough is enough. Barzel is out. Hey, Leaf fans, Mitch Marner is in. Okay, one more thing. Right now I have Steven Stamkos listed as my extra forward. But please don't take that as any indication that I think he's the 13th best forward on this list. To be honest, he's having a great season. I just have no idea where I should put him at the moment. I am, however, making some huge changes to my blue line, which is something I kind of expected when I started this process. Gone are Chychrun and Ekblad. Theodore and Pietrangelo, they're moving to the top pairing. I'll put Pelech with Makar, and Dougie Hamilton moves to the third pairing to play with Darnell Nurse. Look, I know he just busted his finger, but he should be back in a few weeks. And he's been an anchor on that Oiler blue line. And he's 6'4", 220 pounds. That can bring some physicality to Team Canada's blue line. Now, my new extra defenseman is Josh Morsi. I really like the way he's been playing for the Jets, and trust me, there's plenty of scoring among these defensemen, so it's nice to have a stay-at-home guy available. And yes, I'm stubborn. I still don't have Drew Doughty on my team, but I may be forced to change that in the coming weeks. And speaking of stubborn, my crease looks exactly the same. And yes, that includes Marc-Andre Fleury, but we'll get more into the goaltenders in our next episode. So there you have it, my updated Team Canada roster with some pretty big changes to that blue line. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm nuts? Well, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. See you in a couple weeks.